Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Froggy Stonks. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I am here to talk about AMC theaters. I usually don't make AMC videos anymore because there's so many people out there doing it. I've explained this before. But the absolute insanity that I saw come out today, not on market theory, the market theory portion of Trey's video made sense. More or less what he took from Astro's video. The way the market is working, that made sense. But the idea that we're going to try to manipulate the options chain by using puts as a means to try to manipulate a market maker, how do you go from saying retail can only control about 15% of price action to saying buy puts because we're going to manipulate the options chain? Bro, seriously, you guys, listen, if there's anything I've ever said, buying puts on a squeeze play can literally wreck your life. If you own shares and you decide to buy a put to go on this insane theory that we're going to somehow manipulate the options chain, which I've told people, stay away from call options on AMC to begin with, because it's like playing blackjack against the table, but you only get one card per hand. I've said that for months and I've taken a bunch of heat for it. But if you buy puts and you own shares and you don't know how to manage that correctly, your put could have infinite losses. You could lose everything you own times 10. Absolutely freaking retarded idea. I do not know where this is coming from all of a sudden, because I will tell you, I think a week ago during the halt, AMC very much should have squeezed. Citadel used their influence as a market maker to push certain volatilities to trigger a breaker halt so that they could flush the orders out of the market, just like the London Metals Exchange did in the nickel squeeze. So I'm here to talk about something very, very fundamental that is the biggest thing I see going on with AMC and our most positive thing going on with AMC. That is our endless catalyst that we have coming up, and not just movies. We'll get into movies. I'll start with movies. I waited an hour to get my freaking Doctor Strange tickets today. Multiverse of Madness. This is just my theater in Albuquerque. It is almost over 60% filled in one day. And this is a larger screening theater. This is a lot of seats. So you got to take a look at, okay, there's still some people a little worried about COVID or this or that. They spread out, big groups of people. But the truth is nobody wants to sit up front. It's an IMAX sitting up front is like getting your eardrums blown out and your neck hurts. And I totally get that. So what I consider sold out theaters is from the main handicap aisle section back. And we're looking extremely good. And this is just for 6:30, I think. First day. So I'm in there somewhere. I've got my seat. It looks like somebody decided to sandwich me in right next to each other. So now I'm going to be stuck between a bunch of people. Anyways, Multiverse of Madness is going to smash. We got Top Gun, insane movies, Avatar 2. The box office is absolutely loaded up beyond belief this year to make some massive revenues for AMC, which I hope they did the thing they did with Batman, where they charged an extra $1 for a ticket. You know, raise the price, get a little bit extra because of inflation. So there we go. Movie catalyst out the wazoo. Adam Aaron. It's Oscar time. I'm in LA. Here to root for the Best Actress nominee, Nicole Kidman. I'm also thinking about the $195 million raised for Highcroft Mining. Another catalyst. HYMC. AMC's up more than $30 million on their initial investment. And from what I've seen, I'm looking at Highcroft Mine, HYMC, to minimum hit $5. The way the chart looks, the way the catalyst works, they have more cash on hand than debt, and the shorts were stuck into the play in the sub-dollar range. That's the whole idea, is Sprott and Adam Aaron caught the shorts, the predatory shorts, in their own game. So that's a big catalyst too. We've already seen massive gains from HYMC if you got in when I talked about getting in. 195 million raised for Highcroft Mining in only 2 weeks. I think AMC should issue a There's Gold in Our Hills NFT for AMC Investor Connect members. What are your thoughts? Yes, give it away for free, 55.5%. Yes, but sell the NFT, 32.8%. Now, one of the most popular posts that I've ever had on Twitter was my idea for Adam Aaron to make NFTs to sell to the general public and retail investors in different rarity levels, where you could buy one for $5 or you could buy an extremely rare one for $500 and use that money specifically to pay down AMC debt. He's even mentioned it in an earnings call where he said, we're even considering some requests for retail shareholders to pay down AMC debt. It is on the table. This post is a good sign that they're considering it. I wish more people would have voted yes to sell the NFT. But here's the deal. He can still make a free NFT and give it to everybody and also make an NFT to sell. I would personally rather buy an AMC branded NFT if I knew that money was going to go to paying down company debt. If I knew specifically that's where it was going to go to, I would probably buy one a quarter, because at this point in time, since we own the float, I think giving AMC cash directly to get out from the restrictive covenant on limiting dividend issuance, I think paying that off should be our main goal. And I think Adam Aaron is listening to us per this tweet. If they sell an NFT, it will probably be one of the most popular events to happen in the market in years, because they're going to realize they've discovered a new way to raise liquidity for companies based on retail investor hype and wants. So that one's good too. There we go. There's another catalyst. Citadel longs. Predatory short seller long positions, right? Let's take a look. Facebook took an absolute dump down to $185, one of Citadel's main holdings. That is a massive over 40% loss. Within a 3-month period, they're losing liquidity. Let's check some of the other positions. Netflix, boom, down massively, over 50% from the day Jim Cramer told you to buy Netflix, crushing Citadel liquidity. Let's go to Melvin Capital's holdings. Affirm, down 7% again just today, over 80% for the long run. The hedge funds that are predatory shorting GameStop, AMC, Highcroft Mines, you guys, they're bleeding liquidity out their eyes from their long positions getting crushed, okay? They're absolutely getting hammered. They can't keep it up much longer. That's a catalyst. When your short positions don't go down any further and your long positions are continuing to go down, you're in deep shit. Especially when they're trillions in the hole. And I'll tell you right now, it is a multi-trillion-dollar hole. They will never win. The average AMC short, I think my buddy Swing Trader told me, was about $24, right? We're sitting at a healthy 20. We bounced $12.95, hard as can be, made the run, should have squeezed when we ran up to 34. They cheated again. We're going to come back down. We're leveling out at that bottom, the bottom of that big candle we had right here, right? Let me drop a little line so everybody can see it. We came down and took that candle back, which is actually pretty normal in some circumstances when you run that hard. But my theory on this run, well, that's 72. I'm sorry. I got to zoom in. I was on the wrong chart. My theory on this run right here is that a hedge fund snuck in and started trying to cover. Citadel wasn't aware of it, so they had to let it run. They filled the order. They had to halt the market so that they didn't have any squeeze potential playing out, especially with the options chain was loaded up. And then after the halt and they killed the momentum, they went ahead and ate up that short position that was covered by another fund. I'm waiting for the Fintel data to come out to see if I can find out who did it. So that's another catalyst for AMC. The predatory shorts long positions are dying. They are bleeding. They're losing liquidity every day. It's harder and harder to maintain margin requirements. Get rid of that. Another point on the longs, on the predatory shorts long going down. Gabe Plotkin's Melvin Capital ends first quarter with 20.6% loss. The greatest investor of our generation. Yeah, okay. Where's Gasparino now backing up his boy Kenny, who gave Gabe Plotkin $2.5 billion, not to help Gabe Plotkin, but to help Ken Griffin and Citadel, because Ken Griffin and Citadel would have gotten eaten alive if Melvin Capital would have went underwater. It would have triggered a domino effect, causing most of the squeeze plays to hit. And not only that, we have a little bit of good karma going on here. As at the top on Bloomberg, we have an Eric Sprott Physical Gold Trust ad above Gabe Plotkin's failure, right? Which leads you back to Hycroft Mining. Eric Sprott is one of the people who bought in massively with AMC under Adam Aron's guidance. We own most of, between Sprott and AMC and retail, we own most of Hycroft Mine now too. I'm really excited for that stock. Great catalyst for AMC. AMC to sell its own branded popcorn at all mall kiosk supermarkets in 2022. Huge catalyst. We've already went over the numbers in the past. We talked about the potential for AMC to bring $300 million in annually on retail popcorn sales. I will tell you right now, the day the retail AMC popcorn hits my grocery store in Albuquerque, I'm buying every box at my local grocery store I go to. I'm putting it in a shopping cart, and I'm going to go outside and I'm going to hand it out for free to people. Just for the fun of it. Just because I want to do that. Not to mention you have the AMC brand name on the popcorn box, but if they decide to put redeemable codes in popcorn boxes for gift cards, movie tickets, NFTs, possible future cryptocurrency, that's where we're going to next. Boom. And I'm sorry I have to use the Motley Fool, but it was just laid out really well. I hate Motley Fool. Retail popcorn sales, brand its popcorn. That could be insanely profitable for AMC. I would love to see AMC branded popcorn sold at a kiosk inside of GameStops. I think that would be perfect. Eat some popcorn, buy a video game. It's awesome. Good day at the mall. Acquisitions. AMC's acquired 7 theaters in the past few months. AMC is literally buying the competition out. They took some Cinemark theaters over, and they're also looking at all the Regal theaters due to the massive failure in the Cineworld Regal deal. That was, oh, lo and behold, guess who shorted that? White Box Advisors and Citadel. Guess who White Box Advisors and Citadel is also shorting? HYMC. White Box Advisors sold their 91% of their stake 5 days before the AMC deal was made, before Eric Sprott and AMC deal came out onto the scene. Branded credit card. The money they will make off of an AMC branded credit card will be massive. If you look on AMC stubs, they already promote the Disney rewards card, right? But if I know I'm going to AMC, say this, I have an AMC stubs membership. I'm going to take all my cards off of my AMC stubs app, and I'm going to put my AMC credit card on there. It's going to pay my fee. It's going to pay for my concessions. It's going to pay for all my stuff. And if they decide to do any type of point system, double points, triple points, free gifts, whatever it's going to be, I'm going to go to the movies, have everything right on my phone, bing, bang, boom, pay for all my stuff, goes on the credit card, and then immediately when I get home, I go in, pay the credit card off, and I get my extra points. If they don't reward us with potential crypto returns, what if you swiped your credit card at the theater, paid it off, and you came home, and you, at the end of the month, got an AMC crypto rewards? That's huge. I would literally use my credit card just to build up AMC crypto, which, again, is another theory that's going around. I think I closed my window for it, but let me bring Twitter back up. AMC gold-backed crypto. A lot of people talking about it. I love the idea. Totally support it. The only twist that I put on it is that we should do AMC silver-backed crypto. One, because it sounds awesome. AMC silverback crypto, right? But not to mention, when you're in the precious metals market, there is a big, huge misunderstanding of what's actually more valuable than what. Yes, gold is very rare. Currently, it's more valuable per ounce than silver. But the problem is silver has way more room to run, and it's way more valuable or way more available in the Hycroft mine. They have way more silver than they do gold. Silver's been fundamentally undervalued for years. There's minimum price targets of $40 an ounce, and we're sitting at $24.98 right now. So I think if Adam Aron came out and made a crypto and they decided to back it by a precious metal, make it silver backed, because the room for the value of that coin to run back by silver is way more than gold sitting at right now. and we've already heard massive rumors market wide of silver squeezes months ago. Woo! Another catalyst. Boom! Covered that. Now I want to talk about Fraud Day, which was on March 29th, 2022, January 28th, part 2. I made a really good video about this with the time and sales that everybody I think watched. It got more views than any of my other videos, showing the exchanges, the trades that were going on up to the halt, and then a dead period where all orders were flushed, showing a bid price of 0 and an ask price of 600,000. That's when people got all these crazy $300 AMC alerts on their phone from E-Trade. This was nothing more than an attempt to stop the squeeze. We were there, we were ready to go. Somebody started covering, Citadel triggered the breaker, caused the volatility halt, then ate up the short position of whatever fund came in under their nose to get out of this play because they know what's coming. We have endless catalysts that I've just read off. We also have another catalyst and more mergers and acquisitions, which I don't want to talk too much on right now because we have no idea what AMC and Adam Aron are potentially getting ready to invest in or buy. My only theory on it is that they're going to try to buy a popcorn company that already bags and ships popcorn to retail grocery stores to cut out the middleman when they go into this popcorn sales business. I think they'll do it in Indiana, and I think it will be close to the Weaver popcorn facility. Now, my theory on that is I saw a new brand of popcorn. It's not a new brand, it's an old brand, but I've seen this brand of popcorn hit the grocery shelves all over town in Albuquerque suddenly, and it's the first time I saw the brand. It's called Cousin Willie's. Cousin Willie's has a popcorn company in South Indiana. It's owned by Ramsey Foods, Ramsey Popcorn, and it's a smaller operation, but I've noticed that their brand is on the shelf now in the grocery stores, and my brain says, well, what if they are working with them, getting ready to merge or buy them, and Ellen Kopakin has been going in, Popcorn Princess, CEO of Popcorn, Ellen Kopakin, our new executive, what if she went in and said, I'm going to get your brand of popcorn on the shelves now so that when we do take over, say, Cousin Willie's Popcorn and they become branded AMC, they already have the lots and the slots in the grocery store shelves ready to go to make sales immediate. The picture on the box will change, and then they can start doing big promotions like we talked about. So on that, you guys, endless catalysts. I also want to talk a little bit about price action because everybody's been pretty depressed on it. This area here, right here, if you can see my arrow, the June run up, right? From May 1st to the 72 mark on June 1st, we are seeing very much, very close, very similar patterns in this chart here where we're at today, right? Look at the quick parabolic move up. First, the bump, the dip, the bump, and then a parabolic move. We got a bump, a dip, a bump, and a parabolic move, and then we got cheated. But that does not take the pressure off the plate. You got to remember one thing that I'm telling you about now compared to June is all the catalysts we have. June 1st, we had nothing. All we had was retail apes pushing the stock, pushing the movies, doing a good job, being good investors, being loyal. Now we have a full arsenal, completely loaded war machine with a $1.8 billion war chest sitting with AMC in cash on hand. That's what it's all about. Cash is king. Endless catalysts, cash on hand, big investments in a gold company, popcorn, AMC credit cards, the biggest blockbuster movie lineup we've seen in over 10 years. So please, before you start tripping out about Trey's latest video, right? Before you start losing it, just understand, don't get depressed. Don't worry about the price action so much. you can see the obvious manipulation the last week. You can see that. We are doing way better. We bounced 12.95. We now know where our bottom is. That's very important for you to make smarter decisions on where we go from here. If you bought the 12.95 dip, that's amazing. We're up. We're up over that. You're making money on the dip. I'm going to continue to hold everything I bought in the dip and push up higher while I'm following my HYMC play. But remember that we are a super powerhouse now with every single catalyst that I just read off in this same type of chart pattern that we saw back in June. That's why people were getting $200, $300 alerts on their phones, losing their mind in the morning because we were headed there. I'm telling you, we were headed there. Citadel used their exchange, the EDGX, to force insane volatility, to trigger a halt, to stop us from squeezing. But it's inevitable. They're losing way too much liquidity on their long positions going down, and their short positions are not going down. So that's it, man. I am more comfortable in this play now than I have ever been. We might not be at $40 or $50 anymore, but I see the potential organic growth in this company, price action wise. And personally, not financial advice, my personal price target that I believe AMC should be valued at right now with all the catalysts coming out, and once they're fully implemented and making money, is an easy $50. If we were trading AMC at $30 pre-pandemic on normal business activities, we are well easily a $50 stock right now with popcorn coming out, crypto, credit cards, movie attendance is going through the roof, NFTs, everything you can think of, Adam Aaron is doing it. I do not disagree with people who are putting pressure on Adam Aaron to figure out what's going on with the stock, with a share count or anything like that. I don't think people should be bashing them. This is what makes the apes the perfect stew. You have people that are fully supportive of Adam Aaron, that love everything he's doing. They're pumping him up. They're pumping the community up. They love AMC. They're very positive, very potential driven. I love it. I also love the people that come out and tag Adam Aaron and say, what are you doing to protect the shareholders? Because without that motivation, would this have even happened in the first place? We're here to catch market fraud, you guys. That's the whole point, is to fix market fraud so our kids don't have to deal with it anymore. But them pressuring Adam Aaron is completely within their rights as a shareholder to do. That doesn't mean you have to hate them or think it's hurting the movement. Everybody would love to see some kind of reconciled share count. Of course we would. That'd be great for the stock. So if you see more irritated posts going at Adam Aaron, don't attack the people for doing it. Just say, I disagree with you, man, but that's your right as a shareholder. The community is not one locked in hive mind where everybody has to act the same. That would be a disaster. The whole point of the apes is we're all different. We're all contributing something to the stew, which is going to make it taste better, right? So we got to be more accepting of this and that and other ideas and whatnot. The one thing that I will not accept in any form or sense is the relentless disrespect that some of the people in the community keep throwing at people like Terrible, at Jen, at Sugar. Sugar Kush is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my entire life on Twitter. He's absolutely amazing. He brings an amazing positivity to this movement. So we need to come together and have unity, but we also need to have respect, and you also need to protect yourself from bad actors. And if anybody doesn't know this by now, that girl trader Amy is a complete shill. Everything she says is a freaking lie. Everything she says is a lie. She tried to flood HYMC today. It was absolute garbage. So, my opinion completely and totally on this is we almost just squeezed. I do think it is coming. I think the company is fundamentally 100 times stronger than we were back in the June 72 run-up. I think Adam Aaron knows it, and I think him and Sprott and Cohen and even Elon Musk and a couple other guys are floating around the investment market, trapping predatory shorts in their game because they all told the SEC to go F themselves because the SEC is doing absolutely nothing to protect the markets, which are a complete disaster right now. So I guess that's about it. I know I didn't put every single catalyst in because some of them I'm not ready to talk about yet. But if you're feeling down and you're feeling low and you're stressed out about holding for so long and you just don't know where to go from here, understand that you already did the hard work. This is the part where you're supposed to enjoy everything Adam Aaron tweets out about a new catalyst, a new thing we're doing. AMC movies are coming out. If you're not going to the movies, then what are you doing? Too many apes that claim to be hardcore OG 801 apes, blah, blah. They never freaking post a single movie ticket or them going to the movies ever, and it drives me nuts. If you don't have an AMC theater near you, if it's not close enough, still go to the movies, right? Because the box office totals do contribute to the success of the film industry. So it's not a bad thing to go to a different theater. Anyways, man, I hope somebody found this video helpful. I hope it cheered you guys up. I'm going to check these comments real quick before I go. I appreciate when people drop comments in. Let's see. Hey, Froggy. Hey, what's going on, man? Squeeze, baby. I definitely like what you're saying. Makes sense. Awesome. You are reassuring me now. But do you think so many investors, will that bring price down? But do you think with so many investors, will that bring the price down? I think the more investors that are in the play, the price is naturally going to go up. Buying pressure is going to make the price go up. The problem with our buying pressure, Steven, is the fact that Gary Gensler admitted himself that 98% of retail orders are going through dark pool, which is Citadel's exchanges, like the DEA. It's a dark pool. That's where they trapped us on the fraud day there that I marked up on the map here. Can we do anything about it? Yes, there's potential ways to pressure the SEC and Gary Gensler into shutting them down. Have we been successful yet? No. But I will tell you what's about to happen. The liquidity crunch that Citadel and Melvin and Susquehanna and all these hedge funds that produce nothing and just rip the soul out of American businesses, they are bleeding liquidity out their eyes because of the market crash. The only reason the market is doing what it's doing too, mainly, is because of their irresponsibility in the game. Same thing they did in 2008 is what they're doing now, except it's times 10. We are going to see big fireworks, I think, before November. They're going to blow this thing up when midterms start floating around because they're going to try to blame it, flip-flop it on the other party. But I think in this, because of the retail apes, you are going to see a few Congress people finally shed the bullshit of the left and right and come together and say, we have to prevent this from happening again, which is where we're going to come into these new blockchain exchanges and whatnot. I think they're blowing the market up because they know blockchain exchanges are on the way and they're not going to be able to play this game anymore. Here's a thought I want to leave you with too. I did a poll earlier and the numbers came back pretty good. Let me bring it up. It was about what were your returns for last year for retail investors? Let me find the poll real quick. Here we go. Right? Negative returns, 15 to 50%, 50 to 100%, 100% or greater. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, almost a solid 70% of everybody that voted on that poll out of 159 people had positive returns. So when the MSM come out and try to call us dumb money, I don't know what they're talking about. I was 106% last year on my returns, right? Gabe Plotkin was down 40%, and Citadel, Ken Griffin said he's the greatest investor of our generation. Retail beats hedge funds, retail beats Wall Street, retail beats everybody. I know not everybody wins and some people lose, but overall, retail is the champion of the investment market. And I'll tell you right now, one of the reasons they don't want this to squeeze, they don't want AMC, GME, and HYMC to squeeze, or BBIG, or whatever you're in, is because once we win and we have that money and we spread out and go back into the more overall open market, we are going to crush every hedge fund on every play that ever happens from here on out. Because through this entire process, we have become an incredibly educated, more morally correct, and stable investment community. And now the CEOs who are in on this with the companies we invest know they have the power to beat the market, beat the corruption, and tell the SEC to go fuck themselves. Just like Elon Musk did. He has no respect for the SEC, decided to buy some of Twitter because of Twitter's relentless banning of people and what they're saying and the free speech restrictions. Absolutely insane. Boom. Catalyst, love the stock, love the movies. Pam the traders in the house. Awesome, awesome person. Goes to the movies more than anybody I see. I have more support for Pam than anybody because she's out there buying the product. We are the only investment base that actually owns the stock and buys the product. Buy the product. So anyways, I got my secrets, or I'm sorry, I got my tickets for Multiverse of Madness. I'm estimating 230 million opening day. I think it's going to beat out Spider-Man long term. It's going to make over $2 billion total globally. It's going to smash. And now hopefully they'll actually be able to release it in China too. Not that AMC's in China, but like I said, good box office numbers make for good fundamentals. So everybody, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Let me read 2 more comments. Awesome, Pam. Thank you, everything. Pam, for everything you do. Love seeing you in the chat. G40 Trading. My wife and I got every couple of weeks. I can't wait for Strange. Dude, I cannot wait for Doctor Strange. If you guys have not watched Moon Knight yet, go check out Moon Knight on Disney Plus, because I think they're going to roll some Multiverse of Madness stuff into it that you're going to want to know before Strange. Thanks for the confidence boost, Spence. Guys, I'm just telling you how I feel, and I'm telling you what I see. You can believe it or not. I'm just looking at this very fundamentally, not promising any squeeze prices, nothing. I'm not going to tell you something that I can't back up, but we see the fundamentals of AMC growing every day, stronger and stronger. If we hit 72 in June on poor fundamentals, imagine what we can hit with the strongest fundamentals the company has ever had in over 100 years. Choke on that. Hashtag choke on that. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you all for coming, chatting. If you could, please like, subscribe, share the video. I made this specifically for one of my buddies on Twitter who was having a really hard time after all the FUD this week. I'm going to send it to him. I hope it cheers him up. I'm in. I'm not leaving. Loving all the plays. Loving the gold. Loving the HYMC. Loving the AMC. So stay strong, calm, cool, collected. And if you're going to buy puts on AMC, you're literally defeating the whole purpose of everything we've done for the past year. So if you want to follow Trey's video and do whatever they're talking about with trying to manipulate the options chain, I highly recommend against it. If you buy puts on squeeze plays and you don't know how to manage everything properly, not to mention that it's bearish for AMC to begin with, you could lose everything you own in a minute. You have infinite losses on any type of short position. You could lose everything. I don't know where this theory is coming from or why they're talking about it. I don't support it. I think it's absolutely insane. And too many people in the community itself right now are just fundamental investors, not experienced enough to be exposed to this type of stuff. This is something I would expect Amy or Lord Fudd to spread. So anyways, you know, believe what you want. If you like Trey, that's cool. I'm not bashing him. I just disagree completely with the idea. So anyways, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I think we're going to have some good space calls for probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And hope you all come. Froggy Stonks out.